Good morning students. I welcome you all to the online teaching session of Academic World School, Bemetra. In the previous two lectures, we learned about tenses. Tenses we learned past tense and all its four subtenses. Then present tense, all four subtenses. And today we are going to start future tense. Everyone is concerned about future. Now, future is said to be a mystery that nobody knows what is going to happen there. Mystery, and therefore everyone is just predicting. Though it is unpredictable, still everyone try to predict in the future. When child takes a birth, that time the parents are looking into the future of child, that what he would be. And everyone at this right moment, everyone is interested to talk about the future. So before using, we must know exactly the structure, how to use, so that there will be no error. Okay. So before we start, let me tell you the difference between shall and will. Shall and will. Because in present tense, we have helping verbs, is, am, are, right, have, has, etc. In past tense also we have to be, was, were, etc. But is any sentence with you where we do not use shall and will, or will preferably, and make a future tense? It is very difficult, right? Therefore will be found everywhere in your future tense. Therefore we must know exactly where exactly use shall and will, because many times students get confused there. They try to Google it everywhere, that where exactly to use shall or will. Let's see here. For example, I have written here, shall is used to make an offer when you yourself is making an offer or asking suggestion also, but when you yourself, means you will be doing the task, not others, you yourself, right? For example here, shall I wait for you? You are going to do the activity, you are waiting, and therefore you are using here, shall I wait for you? Right? Here, therefore shall. If I use will it sound good? Will I wait for you? No, it doesn't sound good at all. So shall I wait for you? Shall we invite him for the party? Shall we invite him for the party? You are asking again. You are involved. You will be taking decision whether to invite him or not. So I have used shall. Will we invite? Is it right? No. We cannot use will over here. Let's see one more example. Shall I listen to his advice? Here will be the question mark. Right? Shall I listen to his advice? Shall I listen? You yourself now going to take the action whether you should listen or not. Here let me tell you a simple trick. If you replace shall with should, right? If you replace shall with should, then see whether you are getting the correct meaning or not. So here if I say, should I wait for you? Sounds correct. Should we invite him for the party? It also sounds well. Should I listen to his advice? It also sounds well. In that case, you can use shall here. Shall is generally used for only I or we. For rest of the pronouns, like we will never use. It may be he, she, it, you, or they. There are certain rules we generally do not use in front of them. So remember, shall is used only after or before I or we only. Now let's see, will is used everywhere in future tense mostly. Let's see, in such sentences you will never use. When you are giving them, offer yourself, when you are involved. Here, will is used for asking something. Example, let's see. Will I get a call from him? Will I get a call from him? Right? Will I get a call from means you will not give the call. You are not involved now. He will give the call, right? Will I get a call from him? Will we receive an invitation for the party? Will we receive? We are asking somebody. Will we receive invitation? But he is the person to give you invitation. So you are not involved to take the invitation passively. He will give you invitation. Same here. Will I ever know the truth? Somebody will tell me the truth. Then I will know. So I am simply asking whether I will know or not. Okay. Will I ever know the truth? So this way we are using shall and will. The best technique here to know whether shall is correct or not, try to replace it with should and you will get the answer. Why I told you? Because in future tense most of the sentence will be with shall or will only, right? So now let's start with simple future tense. Simple future tense. Okay, whenever we say future, it means we are going to talk about those actions which haven't happened yet. They are going to come. Maybe after this moment, after 1 minute, maybe after 10 minutes, after 1 hour, after 1 day, after 1 year, or even 10 years also. Means which hasn't occurred yet. When it will simply happen, when you will plan for something, when you will predict something for the future, that time generally we use simple future tense, right? We will study together all simple future tense, future continuous tense, future perfect and future perfect continuous tense as usual. So now let's see what the definition of simple future tense and what kind of actions would be there in simple future tense. So let's write the definition here. Definition says simple future tense is used to indicate an action that will take place in future, right? Now maybe we use this tense for two things or three things we can say. First of all, to make promise, right? Secondly, we use this tense to bring future possibility means something may happen in the future. For that also we use simple future tense. And thirdly, we use to predict something. I will tell you exactly. Future possibility or prediction may be same sometime, but many times it is different as well. We will study it through examples. Now let's see, to make promise. Now example here. Now to make promise, for example, I will never leave you alone. I will never leave you alone. Right? Here you will find here what I did. I use will after I, and leave is the first form of the verb. Leave is the first form of the verb here. So I will never leave you alone. It is a sort of promise. Now if you ask me, sir, what is the formula of simple future tense? There is nothing like it. Simply simple future tense. We can write here formula. After subject, you will simply use shall or will. Better it should be written will only, Why? Because shall we use rarely. So shall or will plus which form of the verb? First form of the verb. Live is the first form of the verb. So first form of the verb and then put object. Then put object. So here you find that simply the formula is subject plus shall or will, then first form of the verb and then object. It is the formula of simple future tense. So here we took the example of to make promise, I will never leave you alone. I will take care of you. I will take care of you. That is another promise that we are making. Isn't it? We will protect you. That is also a sort of promise. Now future possibility. Let's see one example. He will recover. He will recover soon from his illness. He will recover soon from his illness. Again we have used will. Then first form we need of the verb. Here is the first form recover. Right? First form of the verb. So it is a kind of prediction also. Instead we can say possibility. There are more chances of recovery. Now prediction. Now right now the disease COVID-19 is spread everywhere. So everyone is just predicting about the disease. Likely, for example, India will be free from COVID-19. That is a sort of prediction. Or we can simply take another example. Lockdown will open within 15 days. Within 15 days. Right? Different kind of person may have their different opinion regarding the opening of the lockdown. So, but it is still a kind of prediction that we are doing here. So again, will I have used here and then first form of the verb. So isn't it very simple to use simple future tense? What you have to do? You have to take the will or shall and then first form of the verb. Whatever planning you have. But in some cases, certain cases, for example, if you have any fixed timetable for the future, it will be Sunday on 15th. Then it is fixed already in present, so that is going to happen as it is. Actually, it is said that future is uncertain, nothing will happen, but regarding the timetable, they will always remain the same there, right? Now, one more thing I would like to tell about future continuous tense. Sometimes we have arrangement for the future tense in present tense also. We have arrangement. For example, sometimes while using going to, generally going to be used in present tense or about to also sometime. Here present tense we might be using, but still it is arrangement for the future tense. Let's see to example here. Likely he is going to buy a new car. He is going to buy a new car. Right? We are saying he is going to. Now actually here is the ing form. In present continuous tense we learn that whenever there will be ing, then to be must be there. Here is used. Here we can use sometime according to the subject is, am or are also. And then ing going to. He is going to buy a new car. Did he buy any car? No, right now he doesn't have. In future he will purchase. When? We can even write that one. He is going to buy a new car in next month, in next week. It may be on coming Sunday. It may be anything that point of indication that we can mention here for that one. So present continuous tense is what? Which tense is that? Present continuous tense continuous tense is also used for simple future tense. It is going to. When I came here, that time I said we are going to learn tenses. We are going to learn tenses, simple future tense. But that time I had not begun. So that way you can use. Now let's see one example of about to. Okay, she is about to go to watch movie. She is about to go to watch movie. Right here, for using about to, we do not, here there is no ing form, but we still need to be. Is, am, are, okay, or was, were for the past tense also. But when we use it in the present tense, it means we are talking for the future tense. She is about to go, and here after about to there will always be first form of the verb only. Do not forget that. Here in this going to buy, it has become infinitive. To buy, to go. Likewise only the sentences will come there, right? So about to means she did not go to watch movie, but she is about to go. Probably maybe next moment she will be going there, right? So for the coming moment you can use about to. Somebody called you, are you free now? Then you can say I am about to go to bath. About to go to bath means I did not go, but next moment will be going to take bath only. So next plan of action can be told by using the word about to for the near future. But going to, it may be for the years to come, or it may be moments to come even, right? So here going to and about to, do not forget the use, right? In simple present tense also sometimes we had used for the fixed timetable. Okay, now let's see. Please note down these all important points, right? Now we are going to see future continuous tense. Future continuous tense. Now future continuous tense, when I say, the first thing comes before your eyes, something in continuation, right? When in future something will be going on. Just imagine, isn't it? After the lockdown, it is not yet open, but after the lockdown, you are standing somewhere on the road, you are watching the shops, you are watching the people on the road, you are watching moving bus. Just imagine that moment, right? Everything is in progress, everything is going, nothing is interrupted like. So that we call future continuous tense. Let's see, future continuous tense. Future continuous tense. So the definition says, definition of future continuous tense says, future continuous tense is used, continuous tense is used to indicate an action. Which action now? That will be happening. That will be happening at a certain moment or time, certain moment in future. That will be happening at a certain moment in future. That action will be happening, means action will be continued, right? So here when I say continue, it means we need ing form. For ing form we need to be. So in future tense we are using simply be instead of is, am, are, because is, am, are is also the form of to be. So accordingly the formula will be subject we will use, then without shall and will we cannot make future tense, so shall or will be there. After shall and will, then I said for adding ing I need helping verb to be. So I have taken be here and then I will take the verb with ing form. Verb with ing form at the end, integral part of the sentence, and that we call object will be there. Object, right? So this becomes the formula. Subject and object, these are the integral part of the sentence. So the formula is shall and will, then be, then verb plus ing form. Let's see example here. Examples. Here, first example. They will be practicing cricket. They will be practicing cricket. It has been imagined you are standing over there in future and somebody is playing cricket, right? So you can simply say they will be practicing. Here I have used ing form, practicing, will plus be plus ing form to the verb. So it has become simply future continuous tense. Let's take one more example. She will be singing song. She will be singing song. Again the same, will, then be, and then ing form of the verb. So singing, she will be singing. Her action would remain continue at certain point in future, right? Certain moment in future that action will be happening, that action will remain in progress. So for that we are using future continuous tense. Now there is one more use of future continuous tense where we use for making an announcement. For making an announcement. For example, let me add that example here. This flight will be landing. This flight will be landing at the airport. At 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock. This flight will be landing at the airport at 10 o'clock. Now will, be, and then landing, right? At the railway station also you might have heard such kind of announcement. For example, this train will be arriving on platform number 3, right? So for making announcement also we are using future continuous tense. Now let's see the next one, future perfect tense. Future perfect tense, right? So future perfect tense, now as the word suggests, perfect means something which is finished, and when we say future it means in future. Just go to that extent only. Future, where you are standing out of the lockdown on the road, and many actions would have been finished by that time. So for such kind of thing we use future perfect tense. Let's see future perfect tense. We will write definition first. Future perfect tense. Now when I say perfect means the action is finished, completely finished. So the definition says future perfect tense is used to indicate an action that will have finished, okay, before a certain moment in future. Before a certain moment in future. Let me read the definition again. Future perfect tense is used to indicate an action appears. It is common in all the tenses, like in definition mostly, that will have finished. It is very important. That will have finished, completely done, before a certain moment in future. At that moment where you are standing, or you will be standing there, before that moment everything will have finished. So for such kind of thing we use future perfect tense. Now in future perfect tense, again the formula for example will be there: subject plus will and shall compulsory, will or shall. Mostly we use will only. Then we will we use be? No, that is for ing, adding ing for continue. So here we will use only have. Sir, can we take has? No, definitely not. You will ask me, sir, there is has also, according to the subject we can change. No. In future only and only we have one option, and that is have. Only one option you have in future tense, and that is also have. So subject plus will or shall plus have. And after have, we use always which form of the verb? Only third form of the verb, that is called past participle, and then there will be object here, right? So this is the formula for future perfect tense: shall and will plus have plus third form of the verb. Now let's see example here. Example, Meena, let's take Meena will have completed her homework. Meena will have completed her homework. Meena will have completed her homework. Will, as according to the formula, have, right? I have no option, even though Meena is singular, but still I am not taking has here, because I have only one option in future perfect tense. Will have, then third form of the verb as I use here, Meena will have completed her homework, right? So in future the action would have been finished before a certain moment, before the another action begins, right? Let's see one more example. My friends will have returned from Raipur. My friends will have returned from Raipur. Here my friends, then will according to the formula have no option. In perfect tense we use have only in future tense, and return third form of the verb. Okay, so I hope you understood future perfect tense. So here simply remember the formula shall or will, then have, and then third form of the verb for the actions which will have finished before a certain moment in future. And now let's come to the last one, that is the future perfect continuous tense. Future perfect continuous tense. Future perfect continuous tense. Generally it is rarely used, but still we must know what exactly the formula and how to use in future tense. Here you will find such kind of actions which will have started before a certain moment in future. You are standing in future, for example, and there sometime before some action began and that is still continue. So for the long actions in future which is still continue, it started before a moment and still it is continue. For such kind of actions we use future perfect continuous tense. So how the definition would be there? Same, future perfect tense is used to denote an action that began or finished that began before a certain moment in future, that began before a certain moment in future and continued up to that point. Let's see again. Future perfect continuous tense is used to denote an action or maybe different kind of actions that began before a certain moment, just where you are studying before some time, it started a certain moment in future and continued up to that point, and that action continued, means it was a long action. Let's write an example here. Before that, let's see the formula. The formula will be simply subject plus, without shall and will we cannot make future tense, so shall or will. Then in future perfect, we have the option, and continue. You have learned in present and past also that we put been. Then for the continue we are using ing form of the verb, so verb then verb with ing. And if you want to put for or since for showing the definite action, that how long it will have been going on or was going, for that you can use since or for also, or particular day or days you can mention there. Now let's see example here. Example of future perfect continuous tense. We will have been staying in the house for several months. We will have been staying in the house for several months. Now let's see, according to the formula, will I have taken, right? Then have been I have taken. Then ing form of the verb I have to take. Stay is the verb, staying. So this action probably is still going on. In future I imagine that it was going on, and then still it would be continued in future too. So staying in the house for several months. Why I use for and not since here? Because for is used for certain duration. Several months. I know months means 30 days, 29 days, 31 days. So but I don't have a definite beginning point, and therefore I use here several months. Let's see one more example here. Okay. For example, he will have been listening music since Monday. He will have been listening music since Monday, or any Monday it can be. So here also will be used, then have, then been, it means have been, and then ing form of the verb, right? So here we have completed future perfect continuous tense. Let's see future perfect continuous tense. We again use here the formula shall or will, have been, and then ing form of the verb. It is rarely used, right? So here we have completed all three tenses: present tense, past tense and future tense, with all its four subtenses. Just you need to do a lot of practice, right? So today what we learn? Today we learn simple future tense. In future tense, simple future tense, we use the actions which will happen. Then future continuous tense is used to for actions that will be happening in future. Then future perfect tense, the actions which will have finished before a certain moment in the future, and future perfect continuous tense for the action that will have begun before a certain moment in future and it will still be continued, right? Thank you for listening. Okay, assignment for the same also has been uploaded in the ERP. Please download it and send it back. Thank you.